I don't come from a real estate background. My family is not wealthy. We didn't own a ton of properties growing up. Both sides of my family are dairy farmers by trade. And historically, both sides of the family, tracing back to like the first people to step foot in this country, started to be dairy farmers, and that's how they made their living. And they knew the value of hard work, dedication to their craft, and their families as well. I absolutely love both sides of my family and I'm super close with them. Still go to New York, where most of them are based now, very often to see them. And that background taught me the value of hard work and dedication. And no matter what your craft was, that you plow yourself into it. That background though also kind of, and you and I talked about this, right? We kind of created a scarcity mindset though too. If your, all of your capital, basically, right, all of your efforts are into one crop or one, plant that year, right? Like, and it doesn't go well, then you're SOL. So it also taught me diversification. So as soon as I got into my 20s and I went to college, I was the first person in my family to go to a 4-year institution, and I started learning the value of diversification, and especially with investments. So I started getting into the market. I had an uncle who was a financial advisor, actually. He married into the family, and really, I saw him building his business and his portfolio, his book of business, and the way he treated his clients, and help them build their dreams, right? And I took that and kind of applied that to my business as well, and my sales background as well. And I wanted to be able to help people achieve their goals and their dreams through these investments, these products, basically, that I could help them with. Right? They're just tools at the end of the day. All these investments, all these asset classes, they're just tools at the end of the day. But you really have to figure out where you want to go with your goals, right? So that scarcity mindset that I had growing up from my family, from the farm, was not going to get me to my dreams. It was not going to get me to retire before the age of 50. It was not going to help me get my mom retired by full retirement age, or before her full retirement age for Social Security, right? That was her original target. It wasn't going to help me get the time and location freedom either that I've been seeking, to spend more time with my brother and his kids, and my grandparents up in New York, right? And not be like tied to a sales territory. So all of that being said, all of those goals, they didn't match with what my strategy was doing. So I had a conversation with a sales colleague of mine, lamenting about the grind, the endless grind, and building someone else's business, and not really seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. Those goals, right, that I had set for myself seemed so far out of reach based on my current strategy. So something had to change. This friend of mine recommended a book by Michael Blanc called Financial Freedom Through Real Estate Investing. I read that thing in a day and a half. Those that know me know I don't read very quickly. I take forever to like finish a book. I mainly do audiobooks now because of that. But I read that thing in a day and a half, and the principles just clicked. The tool that he uses to achieve financial freedom is multifamily investing, apartment investing, right? But the principles remain the same no matter what kind of tool you're using, no matter what real estate vehicle you're using. It could be land, it could be oil and gas, multifamily, whatever, right? Storage units,